You woke up, but your mind didn't. It went straight back to yesterday. The moment you wish you could undo. The words you replay, again and again. And even before your feet touched the floor, something in you already felt heavy. Maybe you've been thinking, I messed that up. Or, I should have known better. Or even, why do I keep doing this? And it's quiet on the outside. But inside, it's loud. Here's the part no one really says out loud. The past has a way of disguising itself as responsibility, when it's actually just weight you were never meant to carry into today. Because reflection is healthy. But replaying pain without grace, it slowly drains you. You start your morning already behind. Not because of what today holds, but because of what yesterday is still holding on to in you. And the truth is, the enemy doesn't need to ruin your future if he can keep you stuck reviewing your past over and over until you feel disqualified before you even begin. So you hesitate. You shrink a little. You expect less from today because of what happened yesterday. But something about that doesn't sit right, does it? Because deep down, there's a part of you that knows this isn't how it's supposed to feel. You weren't meant to wake up carrying shame like this. You weren't meant to drag regret into a brand new morning like it still has authority over you. So just for a moment, pause here. Take a slow breath. What if today doesn't have to be controlled by yesterday? What if something is already shifting, even now? It's hard to believe in a fresh start when your memory feels so fresh. You remember everything. The tone in your voice, the look on their face, the moment you knew you missed it, and part of you wonders if today is just going to carry the same weight forward. But there's something deeper happening. Even if you don't feel it yet, there's a quiet truth that doesn't depend on your emotions. God's mercy didn't run out last night. In Book of Lamentations, chapter 3, it says, His mercies are new every morning. Not recycled, not slightly improved. New. That means, whatever you're holding on to right now, didn't make it into today with Him. Let that sit for a second, because maybe you've been assuming that God is waking up with a record of your mistakes. The same way you are. Maybe part of you feels like you need to make up for yesterday before you're allowed to feel peace again. But that's not how grace works. Grace doesn't wait for you to balance the scales. It meets you before you even try. And mercy, real mercy, doesn't say, try harder today so I can accept you. It says, you're already accepted. Now walk differently from that place. So if you're still carrying guilt this morning, it's not because God handed it back to you. It's because somewhere along the way, you picked it back up. And that's where this gently shifts. Because if His mercy is truly new, then your starting point today is not failure. It's favor, not because you earned it, but because He chose to give it anyway. And I know part of you might resist that, because it feels too easy, too undeserved, too kind. But what if that discomfort is actually the doorway? What if the breakthrough you've been needing doesn't come from trying harder, but from finally receiving what's already been given? So right here, I want you to do something simple. Type this or whisper it quietly to yourself. I am not starting today in guilt. I am starting in grace. Say it slowly. Let your body catch up to the words, because something begins to realign when you stop arguing with mercy and start accepting it. And maybe, just maybe, this is the moment where today begins to feel different. It's not easy to say it out loud, even to yourself. There's a part of you that would rather move on quickly. Ignore it. Minimize it. Tell yourself it wasn't that bad. And maybe you've been doing that, just to avoid feeling the weight of it again. But something still lingers, because what we avoid doesn't actually disappear. It just stays under the surface, quietly shaping how we feel about ourselves. And this is where honesty becomes healing. Not harsh honesty. Not the kind that tears you down. But a gentle, clear acknowledgement of what really happened. Maybe you lost your patience. Maybe you said something that didn't reflect who you want to be. Maybe you fell back into something you thought you had already overcome. And that disappointed you more than anything else. You haven't said this out loud, but part of you is tired of pretending it didn't affect you. So instead of running from it, just bring it into the light, right here, right now, not with shame, but with openness. You can say something like, God, I didn't handle that well. I see it now. I'm not proud of it. And then pause. Because confession isn't about proving how bad you were. It's about removing the distance between you and God. In First Epistle of John 1:9, it says that when we confess, He is faithful to forgive and cleanse, not hesitate, not delay. Faithful. Which means you don't have to clean yourself up before coming to Him. You come as you are, and He meets you there. No performance, no pretending, just truth. And here's something important. God is not surprised by what you're bringing to Him right now. He saw it. He understood the moment, and He's still here, still close, still open. So take a breath, and if you're willing, say this softly, God, I'm not hiding this anymore. Let that be enough for now. Because something begins to shift the moment you stop covering your wounds and allow Him to touch them. Not with judgment, but with mercy. Holding on feels familiar, even when it hurts. You've named it now. You've been honest about it, and maybe there's a quiet part of you wondering, what do I do with this now? Because confession opens the door, but release is what lets the weight leave. And this part is gentle, but intentional. Right now, I want you to picture what you've been carrying. Not in a vague way. Be specific. The moment, the words, the feeling that stayed with you. See it clearly, without rushing past it. And now, imagine holding it in your hands, not as something hidden inside you anymore, but something you can actually give away. Because you were never meant to store regret, you were meant to surrender it. So slowly, in your mind, begin to open your hands. You don't have to force it. You don't have to feel ready. Just be willing. And as you do, picture placing that regret into God's hands. Not throwing it, not pushing it away, just handing it over. There's no resistance from Him, no hesitation, only receiving, because what feels heavy to you is not too much for Him. And here's where it becomes real. If He has received it, why are you still holding on to it? That question isn't meant to pressure you. It's an invitation. Because sometimes the hardest part is not asking for forgiveness. It's allowing yourself to be free after it's already been given. So gently ask yourself this. Am I willing to let this go for real? Not halfway, not temporarily, fully. And if there's even a small part of you that says yes, that's enough. You can whisper, I release this. I don't need to carry it anymore. Let the words move slowly through you. Because something is happening here, even if it feels quiet. The grip is loosening, the weight is shifting. And for the first time today, your hands are starting to feel lighter. You don't have to find perfect words for this. Just stay here, quiet, open, willing. Let's pray together. God, I'm here, just as I am. There's no performance in me right now. No pretending that I have it all together. And if I'm honest, part of me still feels the weight of what I brought into this moment. But I'm not hiding anymore. You saw yesterday every detail, every thought, every reaction I wish I could take back. And still, you allowed me to wake up today. So I know, this morning is not punishment. It's mercy. And I receive that even if I don't fully understand it yet. God, I bring you the parts of me that feel disappointed. The version of me that didn't show up the way I wanted to. The moments that keep replaying, even now. I place them in your hands again, not to revisit them, but to release them completely. And right now, I ask you to wash over me with your grace, not a small amount, not just enough to get by, but fully. Clean the places in me that still feel stained by regret, the thoughts that keep accusing me, the heaviness that tries to follow me into today. Let your peace settle in where guilt has been loud, because I don't want to carry this anymore. I don't want to wake up every day dragging yesterday behind me like it still defines who I am. So I let it go, right here, right now. And in its place, I receive something new. Your mercy, your favor, your quiet assurance that I am not disqualified. Even after that, even now, God, teach me how to see myself the way you see me. Not through failure, not through shame, but through grace. And if there's still a part of me that's holding back, meet me there gently. Remind me that I don't have to earn what you've already given. I just have to receive it. So I breathe in your peace, and I release everything that isn't from you. Slowly, fully. And as I do, I feel something shifting, not loudly, but deeply, like something inside me is finally unclenching. God, thank you for not keeping score the way I do. Thank you for not turning away. Thank you for staying, even when I struggle to stay with myself. Today, I choose to walk forward. Not perfect, but covered. Not burdened, but held. And I say this quietly, but with intention. I am stepping into peace today. Let that settle. Stay here for a moment and just breathe. Peace can feel unfamiliar at first. Not because it isn't real, but because you've gotten used to carrying tension, even on days that were meant to be light. And when the weight begins to lift, part of you almost looks for something to pick back up. That's normal. But today, we're doing something different. You're not going back to pick up what you already released. You're walking forward, gently, aware. And it won't happen all at once. There may be moments later today when your mind tries to pull you back. A flash of memory, a sudden thought, you don't deserve to feel this, okay? That quiet voice that tries to reopen something God already closed. When that happens, don't fight it aggressively. Just notice it. And then, remind yourself, that's already been released. Not as denial, but as truth. Because healing isn't about never thinking of the past again. It's about not letting it take authority over your present. So as you move through your day, pay attention to small things. The way the light hits the room, a moment of stillness you didn't expect. A conversation that feels just a little softer than usual. These are not random. They are reminders. God's grace doesn't just exist in big breakthroughs. It shows up in quiet details, in subtle shifts, in moments you might have overlooked before. And as you begin to notice them, something inside you starts to realign. You stop scanning for what's wrong, and you start recognizing what's being restored. This is how favor often works. Not loud, not overwhelming, but steady, consistent, present. So if today feels a little lighter, even just a little, don't question it, receive it. Let yourself experience peace without needing to justify it. Because you are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not stuck in yesterday. You are here, in a new moment, with new mercy. And as you walk forward, carry this with you. You don't have to earn today. You get to enter it. Open-handed, unburdened, aligned. And if at any point you forget, just come back to this simple truth. I've already been given a fresh start. Let that ground you. Let that guide you. Because something is still unfolding, even now. And you're allowed to move with it. Something feels different now, doesn't it? Not everything. Not all at once. But there's a quiet shift. Like the pressure has eased, even just a little. And maybe you can't fully explain it, but you can feel it. That tightness in your chest, softer. That constant replay in your mind, quieter. And for a moment, you're not being pulled backward. You're here. That matters more than you think, because renewal doesn't always arrive as a sudden breakthrough. Sometimes it's this, a gentle return, a steady calming, a quiet sense that you're no longer carrying what you were holding earlier. And if you listen closely, there's something new underneath it all. A kind of peace that doesn't need to prove itself. A kind of strength that isn't loud, but stable. This is what happens when you stop fighting yourself and allow grace to meet you where you are. So don't rush past this moment. Stay here just a little longer. Let your breath slow down. Let your body settle. Because this is real. You didn't force this. You didn't earn this. You received it, and that means you can keep it, not by holding tightly, but by staying open. So as you move forward from here, carry this quietly within you. You are not who you were yesterday. You are not defined by that moment. You are not stuck in that version of yourself. You are being renewed right now. And even if later today feels messy again, this moment still counts. This shift still matters. Because once you've experienced even a glimpse of real peace, you know where to return. So before you go, just one more time, gently say, I am walking in new mercy. Slowly, let it settle. Because you are, and something has already begun. You don't have to rush away from this. Just sit here for a few more seconds. Notice what's different, even if it's small, even if it's just a little more space inside your chest, a little less noise in your mind, a little more ease in your breathing. That's not nothing. That's the beginning. And whatever today holds, you're not entering it the same way you woke up. You've released something. You've received something. And that matters more than you realize. So as you step into the rest of your day, carry this quietly with you. You are allowed to start fresh. You are allowed to feel peace. You are allowed to move forward without dragging yesterday behind you. And if at any point you feel that weight trying to return, just pause. Come back to this moment. Come back to this truth. You've already been given a clean slate. Before you go, if this moment helped you feel even a little lighter, you can take one small step. Tap the like button, or share this with someone who might be carrying yesterday the same way you were. And if you want something to come back to tomorrow, there's a simple grace reset waiting for you below. But for now, just breathe. You made it here. And today, you're walking in something new. Stay. Just a little longer. No words needed now. Just your breath. Just this quiet space where nothing is being demanded from you. Inhale slowly and exhale without holding anything back. Let your shoulders drop. Let your jaw soften. Let your thoughts pass without needing to follow them. You're here, and right now, that's enough. If a thought about yesterday tries to return, just notice it and let it move past, like a cloud that doesn't need your attention. You don't have to engage it. You don't have to solve it. You've already released it. So just rest here for a few seconds more. Peace isn't something you chase. It's something you allow. And right now, you're allowing it. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Carry this quiet with you, not as something fragile, but as something steady. Because even when the day moves, this peace can stay, and so can you. Before you scroll, stay with me for one more second. There's something I want you to notice. The version of you that started this video is not the same version of you right now. You're breathing differently, thinking differently, and maybe for the first time today you're not fighting yourself. That matters. So don't let this just be a moment that passes. Anchor it. If you're willing, type this in the comments. I released yesterday. I received today. Not for me, for you. Because when you put it into words, something deeper locks in. And if tomorrow tries to feel heavy again, come back to this. Not to restart, but to remind yourself, you already know how to let go. You already know how to return to peace. And it's still available to you every morning. Even the next one.